Hi guys, welcome once again to my channel. Today I will reveal to you a very good and prestigious scholarship that is offered in the UK. In fact, this is one of the best scholarships in the world, and this scholarship is ready to sponsor your master's study in the UK. And under this scholarship, you are able to apply for 3 programs in the UK, and this scholarship will sponsor one of the programs. The the scholarship is ready to sponsor a full tuition fee for you, including your visa fees, your travel allowances, and everything that you need for your study. In fact, you don't need to pay anything when you get this scholarship because everything is fully covered. This particular scholarship is open to almost every country, and Ghana, Nigeria, or other countries are also qualified to apply. Before I take you to the screen, I want to inform you that this particular application is very simple. If you follow the guidelines that I'm going to discuss with you today, you should be able to do the application yourself very easily. So stay tuned. I'll take you to the screen to share with you the full details, how to do the application, what documents you need, and all that. If you are watching this for the first time, this is Freeman and I talk about scholarships and study abroad opportunities. Hit the subscribe button and share the video, like the video as well, and share it, of course, to others so that they can also benefit from the scholarship. So let's go to the screen and I'll share with you the full details of the scholarship. So this is how the scholarship looks like. Like I said, it's a Chevening Scholarship in the UK, which has so many advantages. Of course, it's a fully funded scholarship, and it's for study for a 1 year master's program in the UK. And yeah, you need a lot of things to apply for this, but most importantly, it's a fully funded scholarship. Everything is covered, and so you can do the application. So now I'm going to show you how the application is done, how to go about it, and how you can submit your own. I'll also show you tips on how to submit statements for the scholarship. So typically there are 4 statements that you need to submit or write whilst you are applying, and I'll show you the tips and also samples of those so that you can use that to help yourself to design yours. So firstly, let's go and see how we can do the application. So when you come to the page, I'll put this link as well in the description of the video so that you can easily find it. So if you come down here, you need to come below and then find your country. So the first thing is to find your country. So for example, I'm from Ghana, so I'll put Ghana. So if you put Ghana or wherever you are from, then you choose scholarship and then you search. So when you search, it takes you to the specific country page, and you can see that these are people who have won the scholarship in previously, so you can also be one of them. And you see that it said application is open until 7th October, so there's still a lot of time. If you start early, you finish early. And then you come down here, you read all this. It's a prestigious international scholarship program that offers opportunity for people to study in world-class educational institutions in the UK. So firstly, how to apply is you apply through this online application system, and we'll look at that. But first, you have to know what the eligibility criteria is. So what are the eligibility criteria? Writing a compelling application, which is most importantly the statements. You should have an email address and a phone number. You have to make note of the unique code. So after you are done, they'll give you a unique code. You have to note all that, and also bookmark the timeline so that you follow where the process has reached, and I'll show you that. Then when you come down, what does the scholarship include? So if you get this scholarship, it's fully funded, and they say that your university tuition fee is covered, you get a monthly stipend, you get your travel costs to and through the UK is fully covered, so your flight tickets, they'll give you an arrival allowance as well, they'll give you a homeward departure allowance. So when you are leaving, they will give you a departure allowance. Then the cost of one visa application. So your visa application fee will be paid for. A travel grant to attend Chevening events in the UK. So if there are events in the UK, they will give you the grant to attend all that. So this is a fully funded scholarship. Everything is there. There's nothing else to worry about. So you can read full details here. But first, let's go and look at the eligibility criteria, and then we can go forward. So if you click on the eligibility, then it takes you to the page where you read what they need. So be a citizen of one of the countries, and we already are a citizen of Ghana because Ghana has a page there. So you choose your country, then you commit to returning to your country for at least 2 years after. So they want you to return and create impact in your country. So yeah, you should think of returning back when you are done, so that you can create the impacts that you've learned. Have at least 2,800 hours of work experience. So this is work experience is after you are done with your bachelor's, you should have worked for 2 years. That is basically what it is. And work that is done during your bachelor's this year, they don't count it. So usually they count the ones that you did after your bachelor's. So if you have finished your bachelor's and you worked for 2 years, full-time work for 2 years, or even part-time work, that can account for 2,800 hours, then you can apply, because you need to show proof that you worked for 2 years. So for example, your national service is 1 year, then you have done another work for another 1 year, and that should be enough. Hold an undergraduate degree. So you have your undergraduate degree, so you apply for 3 different and eligible UK university courses. So one thing here is that you need to apply for 3 courses in 3 universities, or you can apply for 3 courses in that single university. You get it? So it depends on which one you want. If you think that that particular university is where you want to attend, and they have 3 courses that are perhaps linked to what you have done, then you can apply for all those 3 courses. If you also want, you can apply for 3 courses in 3 different universities, or you can find the same course that are offered in different universities and apply for 3 of them, and then use all that. You have to explain that in your statement why you apply for those universities and all that. They said you must have received an unconditional offer from at least one of those courses by the reference education document deadline listed in the application timeline. So when you apply for the program, then at the end you should have received an unconditional offer from one of them that will be used to cover. But if you receive unconditional from the 3 of them, the one that they choose is the one you apply. You could also get all the 3 and then you choose which one you want. Yeah. So this year they've made some updates. So it said only work experience gained after the date of graduation is counted. That's what I already mentioned. So the 2 years of work experience, you can't count internships that you did during your bachelor's. You have to have gained those experiences after your bachelor's. Then you can read all these other ones, but yeah, this is mainly what you need to know. Then what else do we need to know? So now let's go and see how we can choose the courses. So now we know all this. How do we choose the courses? Firstly, you should remember that when you are applying for the course is being applied to the particular university. So you apply for those 3 courses or 3 universities separately, so that when you are done, then you can now apply for the scholarship. So for example, you choose 3 courses, you apply for them. After you are done, when you come back to the application here where you click apply today, during the application you have to put in which universities and which courses you have applied. The time of applying before the October 7, you shouldn't have had admission, so that shouldn't be a problem. If you have chosen those 3 universities and you have applied for them, then you just need to put it in this application that, oh, these are the universities I'm applying to, and that's it. By the time they are about to choose the scholarship awardees, then you should have had maybe an admission in there. That's why it's good to apply for the courses as soon as possible, whilst you also apply for the scholarship. So now these are the eligibility criteria. So firstly, let's go and look at the courses. So if you click on the course finder, you click here, then it takes you to this page, and then it explains all the eligible courses, how to do and all that. If you click on Chevening course finder, it takes you to this page finally, and then you can choose. So now you can search by university or you search by region. The most effective one, I think, is search by course. So for example, I want to do climate change. I want to do something in climate change. So climate, if I click climate, then I search. So if you search climate, you see that all these universities, several of them several of them are doing courses around climate, and the courses are of different focuses. So there's climate change adaptation and policy, there's society, politics and climate change science and policy, education and climate change. All these ones are there, and you can even see they say Chevening partner. So this, you are sure that these particular universities are partners of Chevening. That's why it's good to use this particular website to find the schools. So if you go through all this, let's say I want to do something in climate change, I can decide to choose this one, this University of Birmingham. I'll choose this one. Then maybe I'll come down to Cambridge, quantitative climate change. I will choose the second one, and then I can come to Cardiff. I choose this as third one. So I've chosen my 3 universities and 3 programs. If at the end you realize that all the requirements for these programs in the universities, you meet them, then you can put them as the universities you want to apply to during the scholarship application. So for example, you have found all these, and you want to study this particular course at Cardiff University. That's one of them, and I'm not going to go all 3, so you have to find all the 3 of them. The most important thing is to go through the university website, find a program, and then check their eligibility criteria as to whether you meet all of them, especially the English language test. Some of them waive the IELTS, some do not. So you have to really know which one you are applying to. So for example, we want to apply for this. They have their website. So if you click on the website, then it takes you to the page. So for example, this is that program. It's called the Water, Climate Change and Sustainability MSc. So it's an MSc, and remember, you have to apply for a full-time program. It's a 1-year program, and here they say you start in 22nd September. That's this year, but we are applying towards 2026, so this is fine. And they say that of course it's at the Cardiff University, and you can read all the requirements and everything here. But like I said, the most important is to check the English language criteria. So if you go down here, you can go to the English language criteria. They have it here. So if you click here, it will take you to the English language page to see if you meet the English language requirements. So this is the English language page. So if you come to this page, they tell you the English language requirement for postgraduate study. Like they say, they accept the Cambridge IELTS and all that, but there are also exemptions. So if you go down here, you can check the other exemptions. They said other accepted language qualifications. So if it's either you meet the IELTS 6.5, IELTS 7.0, or IELTS 7.5, and these are the what's the name, the programs or the certificates that you can use to meet that IELTS, or substitute certificates that you can use to meet. So for example, if you come down here for West Africa, mostly we use the WAEC, so it's the West African. So if you check here, West African Senior School Certificate Examination, and it's excluding local language. So it's either if you get grade C6, B3 or B2. So if you get A1 until C6, then you meet the English language requirements. You don't have to submit IELTS. So if you are from Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Gambia, and you did a WAEC in your high school, and you got this, then you meet the language criteria. You don't have to submit an IELTS for this particular university and this particular program. If you also, of course, you did your bachelor's in English language, you can add the English proficiency from your university just to support your documents. So that's basically how it is. So if you meet the requirements, that's the most important one, which is the English language. If you meet that, then you go ahead and do the application. What you need is just click on this online application and then do your application. During the application, you have to submit your certificates, your documents, and also submit a statement of purpose. And if you want a sample or know how to write your statement of purpose, if you check my YouTube channel, I have a video on statement of purpose and personal statement. You can use this to guide yourself to be able to craft a very good statement of purpose to do the application. So you've met this particular program's requirements, go ahead and apply. And that's just one university out of the 3. So it is now on you to come back to this same page and look for other programs. So you found another one in Edinburgh or Essex or Exeter, and then you think that you want to apply for that. You go through the same process, and then if you meet all the criteria or eligibility criteria for the program, especially the English language, then you do the application. So apply for 3, and then when you are done with the application, then you are done. So Mainly, like I said, the first thing is to do the university application. When you submit your application for the university, the 3 university or 3 programs, immediately come back to this and do the application for the scholarship. So this is the link where you use to do the application for the scholarship. The admission or application for the universities are different, and that one I showed you how to find the courses, how to do the application. When you are done with that one, you come back here and do your scholarship application, and the scholarship application is only once, so you do it just once, and that once you list the universities you applied to and the courses you applied to during the application portal, and that is it. So basically, that is a clear explanation of how to do the university scholarships, university application, and then how to do the scholarship application. So if you are done with the course application, then you can do this. If you are someone who also had maybe an admission earlier in the university that you deferred and you see it as one of the universities listed, then you can use that admission to also apply for the scholarship. That is fine, but normally you should start all over again just to be on the safer side. But remember, the deadline is 7th October, so you have to apply as soon as possible. We are 16th of August today, so you still have by the end of August and then September, so you can do this as soon as possible so that you'll be free and you can concentrate on other scholarships. Now, the most important thing for the scholarship application is you have to submit 4 statements. So there are 4 very important statements that you need to submit, and these are the statements. So the statements are, you have to submit a statement about leadership and influence. The second one is about networking. The third is studying in the UK, and the last one is career plan. And what are these statements? So the leadership and influence, your statement should demonstrate your leadership potential by providing specific examples of how you have led projects, groups, teams, ideally in a professional or voluntary context. Highlight the impact of your leadership, showing clear results and how you influence others to achieve positive outcomes. Use the STR approach called the situation, task, action, and results. So you tell them what the situation is, what were your tasks, what action you took, and what the results were. So that's the STAR approach to structure your response and avoid general statements. So when you are writing the statements, and the statements are short, some are 200 words, some are 100 words, and they will tell you inside the application portal. So for instance, for this leadership, it's very straightforward. Tell them first what the situation was. You explain it shortly. Tell them what your tasks were as a leader leading the group, and tell them finally what actions you put in place. And then at the end, you tell them what results you achieved. So that's straightforward for this particular statement. The second statement is networking. So you have to explain how you build and maintain professional relationships across diverse groups such as government officials, academics, and community leaders. Provide examples of how these relationships have contributed to your personal or professional growth, and how you plan to leverage networking opportunities as a Chevening scholar. Emphasize measurable outcomes from your network. So how you have been able to network with people during your academic journey, how you think those networks have helped you, and how you think they will help you in the future in your career and all that. The third one is studied in the UK. So you have to justify your choice of the 3 eligible UK programs. So you have to tell them why you chose those 3 programs and why those programs are best fit for you, explaining how they align with your background, your career goals, and the UK's priority areas. So the UK's priority areas are what we call climate actions, economic growth, and all that. So you have to explain that. You have to also show that you have researched the courses thoroughly, referencing specific modules or skills you aim to gain, and how they will help you address global or local challenges. So when you open the program, so for example, if you go to this particular program, they explain all that here, becoming a leader here, what the program is about, how the program is going to help you, some of the courses that are studied. So the course structure is here. If you read here, they tell you how the course structure, these are the programs, the courses you do. So you tell them why you choose this, how these courses are going to help you, and all that. So that's what you need to do, and why you actually choose the UK and those particular universities and courses, how they also align with your career goals and all that. Finally, the statement should be, the last statement is what we call a career plan. So after you have studied, you outline a clear, realistic, and achievable post-study career plan. So After you finish your study in the UK, what is your career plan? You have to detail how the scholarship will help you address local and global challenges in your home country. And then the last is to connect, you have to connect your plan to the UK priority areas such as sustainable development or governance, and demonstrate a commitment to creating lasting positive change. So you have to tell them, after you've studied your program, what are you going to do with it? How is it going to help you solve problems in your country? How is it going to help you solve problems in the globe and all that? Now, these are general tips I want to give you. So use personal authentic examples. Avoid plagiarism. Don't go and copy someone else's statement, or don't copy the sample I'm going to share with you to and put it there as your statement. That way they will find it, because they are using an AI tool that can find whether you generated it with AI or in it. And they said AI generated content, they don't want it because they have softwares that they can use to catch you. So please be authentic. Write it based on your own aptitude. Write concise, ensuring clarity and focus due to the 300 word limit. So some of them are 300 words, some are 200 words. So this can be 300, this can be 200. So make sure that the words limit is respected. Don't go beyond the word limit, please. Proofread carefully and seek feedback from mentors and peers. So when you are done, please give it to other people to read so that they can point out certain mistakes and all that. Start early to allow time for revision and ensure all essays are tailored to the specific prompt. So you have to start applying early. Don't wait till last minute and then you'll be scrambling to do the application. So now finally, these are the statement sample that I found online, and I'll put the link to this in the description so that you can find it. So this is the Chevening is looking for individuals. This is the leadership program. Someone wrote their nice statement. You can read about it. The networking one, they also mentioned statement. You can use this the way the person has explained it. You can use it to guide yourself. This is the third statement, and this is the final statement. So please check all these. This is a sample. Like I said, I'll share the sample in the description of this video, and you'll be able to find it to guide your own. But please make sure that you follow these guidelines. Don't use AI or don't copy someone else's statement, because it will not be accepted. So yeah, that is basically how it is. So generally, that is how the scholarship is. This is a very good scholarship, and I entreat that everyone, especially if you have the work experience, please try and do this application. Try and do the application. Make sure that you follow all the guidelines and the explanation I have given. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section of this video and I'll attend to you. So before we go, this is my YouTube channel. I talk about scholarships and study abroad opportunities, and if you look here, I have over 80 videos on scholarships around the world: Ireland, Australia, Germany, UK, Canada, and so many other places. So you can check through. There are also videos on how to prepare the documents, statement of purpose, CV, and all that. I've made video on how to make a CV, especially if you're applying for the admission, you need a CV. You can use that video to guide yourself. There are so many other videos, other scholarship opportunities. So check through and do the application. So I wish you all the best. This is the scholarship. I wish you all the best. I'll do the application. If you have any questions, like I said, drop it in the comment section and I'll attend to you.